Hello, this is Matt from Steadfast Lawn Care, and today we're going to be doing the unboxing of this Honda HRN lawnmower. Just arrived today, picked this up from Lowe's, so let's see what's inside the box. So everything's nice and packaged up, everything has plastic around it. Came with a bagger over there, and let's take this out and put it together. Inside the box, you have the owner's manual here. Comes with 12 fluid ounces of Honda 10W30 oil. And here's the bracket for the bag. So we'll put that together later. There's two height adjustments on both sides here, so you can have a high setting or low setting depending on how tall you are when you're mowing. Just trying to get all the plastic off here. It says remove before using. One little tip when you're putting the handlebar up or down is make sure you squeeze the blade brake here, because there's a brake on the engine, so that'll help the core go in and out. So one nice feature about the HRN here is there's only two levers to adjust the height of the mowing deck, and it goes from 1 to 4 inches, and just by grabbing this on one side, it adjusts both wheels together at the same time, so you don't have to go around to each 4 individual wheels. So I'm going to put this right now at 3.5 inches in the front, and then 3.5 inches in the rear. Can't get any simpler than that. Don't have to do 4 wheels, just 2. So let me turn this around here. So when it's shipped from the factory, there's no oil in here. There might be some residue left over because Honda does start all their engines before they leave. So we're going to fill this up. And the owner's manual states to put all 12 fluid ounces in here. So we're going to top this off on oil before we even put gasoline in the engine. And then when you do go to check the oil, make sure you just have the oil cap just sitting on the top. Here you don't want to screw that in. But we'll recheck the oil after we start the engine and let it run for a few minutes. Now that we have oil in the engine there, we can take off all these warnings here where it says engine has no oil. So very important, don't take this off until you put oil in there, because you don't want to ruin a brand new motor. Another nice feature about this is you can choose between bagging and mulching just with this little lever here, pull up, and you can do little increments, or you have it all the way open, or you can have it all the way closed. So let's get some fuel on this and start it up for the first time and see if it starts on the first pull. So one new feature with the HRN model is they made the gas cap a little bit larger opening here. It makes it easier to turn on, twist open and close. I like to label my gas, put 4-cycle or 2-cycle, so that way I don't accidentally mix 2-cycle or 4-cycle gasoline in my different engines. And you just turn it so you hear it click. Now anytime you put fuel into a engine, you always want to give it a couple minutes for the fuel vapors to air out. Make sure you're outside when you start a motor, just because of the exhaust that any motor gives off. Another feature on the Honda here is this fuel shut off. When it's up and down, the fuel is off, and when it runs parallel with the gas line from the tank up to the carburetor, it is on. Anytime you're transporting these, you want to make sure that fuel is off, so that way you don't flood the carburetor, flood the engine. It just prevents issues from happening in the future. Another nice thing is a smart drive on this mower. You can adjust this to your liking. So some people, if they want to use their thumb to drive it, or me, I prefer to keep a little higher and then use my palms. So that way I'm using more mass muscle there, so that way it doesn't fatigue my thumbs when I'm using the mower. And then one of my favorite features on this mower, have to try this out, haven't tried it yet, is the blade stop. So it's this yellow button. So you can run this mower, take the bag off, put it back on, pick up any sticks, any balls, anything that's in the way, so you don't run it over, and you don't have to restart and keep pulling on the engine, wear yourself out or wear the motor out. It's a lot easier just to press this button and then pull back on the blade control. Starts the blades right back up. You have the throttle control over here. So you have stop, which is all the way in the back. To start it, you want to push it all the way into the fast run position. If you're going to leave it idle, you can pull it back to save some fuel and then put it back up before you put the blades back on. So let's get this thing started, see what happens. So one thing I like to mention, anytime you're around power equipment, always use proper eyes and hearing protection. So let's put that on and let's get this started. So the fuel, we have the fuel turned on. This is gonna be the first start on the mower here. Since it has the blade stop, we don't need to pull back on the blade control. So we're gonna give it throttle all the way up, and let's give it a pull, see what happens. Recommend anytime you start the mower from a cold start that you leave it run for about 3 minutes before you shut it off, so that way you don't have issues starting it with the auto choke. So let me show you how to get the blades going and use that nice yellow button, the blade stop, which is one of my favorite features. That is the Honda HRN with the blade stop feature. And typical Honda starts on the very first pull, right on the box. And thank you for watching. my channel, Steadfast Lawn Care. Please hit that like and subscribe button.